On-screen text reads, Andy Lane became completely blind during the pandemic. Like so many newly blind people, he's discovering new tools to manage everyday tasks. The new straightforward technology he's using in the UK may soon benefit many of the world's 285 million blind consumers.
Hi, my name's Andy. I'm a completely blind Be My Eyes user, and I don't really do cooking. What I do is I take things out of the fridge, I put them in the oven, and I stick some vegetables with them and call that cooking. I know it's not really, but today I'm going to be using two new technologies, that's Be My AI and Zapper accessible QR codes, to see if I can conquer my fear of cooking, and I hope you'll come along with me.
Andy stands in his kitchen holding his smartphone with the Be My Eyes app open. He has 2 packets of Coleman's recipe mix. One of them features Zapper's accessible QR code. He aims his phone at the packets.
So first we have the product packaging with no accessible QR code. But I want to demonstrate the speed here because as soon as the accessible QR code becomes visible,
herbs and spices.
Coleman's Singapore noodles recipe mix 24
instantly.
grams. Button.
Coleman's recipe mix 24 grams. Looks like that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. When I scan the accessible QR code using the Zapper scanner, I have access to all sorts of rich information about the product. I even have a callback button that I can use to contact Coleman's when their call center is open with a one-way video, two-way audio link, so they can see through my camera and help me with problems that I'm having. Let's have a look at the ingredients list that I need to cook my Singapore noodles.
Ingredients list to make Singapore noodles. Ingredients: 1 Coleman's Singapore noodles recipe mix, 225 grams rice noodles, 1 tablespoon vegetable oil.
Using Be My Eyes Be My AI feature, Andy takes a photo of the chopped red onions in front of him.
Is there any peel in my chopped onion?
Yes, there is a piece of red onion peel amongst the chopped onions on the cutting board, towards the top right of the pile. Based on the image you've provided, it appears that the chicken is cooked as there are no visible pink areas.
Now sitting at his table with his meal, Andy takes a photo of the plate and asks Be My AI if it looks presentable.
The meal in the picture appears to be a plate of noodles with chunks of chicken and vegetables. It looks hearty and filling. If you've used any of Coleman's products like mustard to enhance the flavour, it's sure to be delicious. However, if you're looking for presentation tips, you might consider adding a garnish, such as a sprinkle of herbs or a lemon wedge, to add a pop of colour and enhance the visual appeal.
Andy gets up and goes over to the kitchen and returns with some spring onion to add as a garnish to his dish.
Thanks, Be My AI.
Well, that was a real journey, and it tasted genuinely delicious. I was very, very surprised. I actually got quite emotional. It might sound a bit silly, but I got a bit emotional realizing that I'd cooked a meal from scratch, and I don't think I've done that before. I don't know how it looked, but it tasted absolutely delicious. I'd just like to thank Unilever Coleman's for starting to make cooking accessible. I'd like to thank Zapper, because without the accessible QR code, I wouldn't have been able to get the information that I needed to cook. And I'd like to thank Be My Eyes for the incredible Be My AI. It felt like I was texting a sighted friend and they were texting me back with the things that I needed to know to get the cooking done. It really was an absolutely incredible experience, very emotional, and I'm so glad I did it. I'm sure I'll be doing it again soon.
An animated on-screen graphic reads, Zapper, augmenting reality since 2011. Zapper.com.